Alright, today we're going to learn how to test and troubleshoot the gear position switches and system on your Bennche 400 Bighorn or Cowboy model. The system is actually pretty simple. It's comprised of two identical switches located under the seat, above the crankcase, under this airbox tube. So these two switches are responsible for the reverse, neutral, and forward light displaying on your meter. Some dealers have difficulty troubleshooting. Let's say, for example, you have a flickering reverse light while in operation, or any of the above as far as flickering lights, and it's not cooperating with the correct gear position that you're in. This is how you would inspect the system. So we're going to separate it into two parts. First part's going to be from these two wires up to the meter. So, and then the next would be just the two gear position switches themselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, we have a green wire with a white tracer that's located on the passenger side gear switch, and a light blue colored wire located on the driver's side gear switch. So to get the meter to illuminate the neutral position, both of these two switches or wires need to be grounded. So simply remove these two wires off the gear position switch, and if we ground these two wires, we should see the neutral light come on our meter display, and it's coming on, showing that the neutral light is operating correctly. So we have no problems from the wires up to the meter. Now there's two more. There's going to be forward and reverse. For the forward light to come on, we're going to ground just the green wire with the white tracer, and we'll leave the light blue wire suspended. So I'll disconnect that. Okay. The forward light's on, showing that the forward light is operating correctly. The criteria has been met. The light blue has an open line, and the green and white is grounded. So for reverse, we're going to pull both leads off the switches, so neither one are grounded. They're both open line, and our reverse light is illuminated, showing that that is also operating correctly. So if we had a problem with our system anywhere, it's not from the wires to the meter. So we're going to learn how to quickly test the switches to make sure that they are also operating correctly. What we're going to do is just use a standard DVM voltmeter here, and you're going to do these tests using the ohm setting selection on your meter. So all we're going to do is turn the meter on, and we're going to check continuity in those three positions. So I have these little jumper wires. I have this grounded, so we're going to take one of these, connect it to our meter lead, and the other meter lead we're going to use to touch to the terminal of the gear position switch. So we're in the neutral position now, so we want to see continuity on both gear position switches. So for neutral, of course we're showing the reverse light on now just because these leads are pulled off, but we're testing our actual gear position switches. This is going to show us if they're doing the correct thing. Okay, we got continuity on the driver's side switch, and move this lead over to the passenger side switch, where we also have continuity, so we know the neutral light is going to be working correctly, considering these two switches are doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, the next test will be moving the gear selector to the forward position. In the forward position, we're going to only want to see continuity on one of these switches, and then the other switch is going to be an open line, no continuity. Remember, we have the other lead on our meter grounded, so we're going to come over to the driver's side gear position switch, and we don't want to see continuity on this one, which we don't. We move it over to the passenger side switch, and we do have continuity. That's the criteria the meter needs to illuminate the forward light. Last, the reverse light. Gear selector, reverse position, No continuity would want to be seen on either one of these switches. So we're going to take the lead, touch it to the driver's side terminal of the gear position switch. We have no continuity, open line. Now we moved it to the passenger side switch, and we see the same test result. So that is how quickly you can confirm that your gear position switch operation system is correctly functioning.